All right, so this is our Pokemon tournament application. The requirements that we had, the extra requirements that we had were um, authentication, um, Pokemon persistence, and increased robustness. Um, so when you launch the application, you get this page. You get three buttons to choose from: quit, login, or play. Um, if you try to go directly to play, it will ask you to log in first. And obviously, if you quit, it will quit the application. So if you go to log in, you start out empty. If you've never logged in before, we use these fields as creating the account essentially. Um, there's a message at the bottom right that explains that. Kind of a cheeky way to do it. It was we didn't have time to really make it um, to enhance the features in terms of like um, adding like multiple users or changing your password or anything like that. So if you've never used it before, you just enter your username, password, and um, and it'll just take the first thing that you put in, but then it will remember it. So if you go to log in again, in this run it will remember. But if you put in a different password, whatever it is, it won't let you in. Um, if you put in your original password, it will. So login successful. So the authentication is working up to that point. The next thing you do is go play the game. You're presented with Pokedex. These are all persistent Pokemon that are pulled from a JSON file to show that this is specifically Pokemon data file. So these get pulled in, and you can select them, and they pop up in the queue. You'll notice that as soon as you select two, the battle button and the tournament button becomes enabled. Um, you clear the selection, and you can see them disabled again. So you can add however many you want to. You can add them multiple times. Every time you click them, it shows their information in this box down here. This is just their the name, their HP, and their skills. And so, because we selected one of the two, we can't battle it, so we have an option to do a tournament. So if you put a tournament, you're taking this page. Welcome to the Thunderdome. As soon as you click start, it goes through pretty quickly, and it says that there's a winner. So this happens quickly enough to where you can't really see the actions taking place. If you go back, you can see the entire stream here, entire output of each kind of play-by-play, all the way back up to the top. So this I think is working as intended. Let's see. As far as setting the seed for the battles, we put that in settings right over here. You can set the seed, reset the seed, or do it. You can put some more. Start the winner, back. Just gets pinned to even more. And so you can kind of iterate over this and do this several times. So talking about the additional requirements that we have. One of them we've already shown communication. The other was the persistence of Pokemon. I think the ones that we have here, they're persistent in the file. But we can add to that file as well. We have a create Pokemon button here. So you can create a new Pokemon. And so for the attacks and skills, we just came up with a kind of concept like this. So we enter an HP attacks and defense. Again, just because of the time restriction, the time limitation, we didn't have just enough resources to really refine this and make this better. So this is the approach that we took. Just a syntactical approach that's explained in the message at the bottom. Not ideal, but it's the we will fit. And so when you click create, we just display a message and say that it won't be available until you complete the application. Again, just because of the shortage of time, ran into an issue where it wouldn't populate Pokemon when you go back to this page. You have to actually restart the application for it to show up once you create it. So that was our fix to that display message to the user. Well, you can create Pokemon. If we close it out, run it again. Again. See the user here, and I've got some skills and some defenses. So, anyways, working the way we want it to. Great, I won. Fantastic. Super fun. As far as our third requirement for increased robustness, we originally wanted to do a kind of state retention of the GUI, but the battles were happening so quickly, it didn't seem like there was a lot of value there. And given we wanted to focus on increasing the error handling on the methods themselves, we put our focus there. So it's hard to show that part because that's kind of embedded in the back end. So we put our error checking there, and that's just evident in the source code. And I believe that's it. I think that's the whole. That's everything I need to show for the GUI that is of value. Some names here.